Hey everybody, Justin with PumpPal, and if you're looking for a fitness app with body measurements, you found the right video. As I created this app, I added a bunch of features I wanted in a workout tracking app, and one of those features is body measurements, right? So, what is body measurements? It's a way to measure all your different muscle groups of size and take measurements on your body fat percentages and your weight. And that's exactly what this app allows you to do. If you want tips and tools, or I should say, first off, if you want to check out the app, you can go to PumpPal Physical Activity Logs. Get the app and follow along so you can kind of see how it works. Or you can continue watching this video as I'm going to show a couple of new features that coincide with this measurements feature. So go ahead and follow along with the video if you'd like. But let's get started. So what can you do in measurements in PumpPal? You can, first off, add a measurement, right? You click the plus button in the top right. You can then be prompted to this screen where you can add in either your first measurement or multiple measurements later on. It tracks your body weight. You can track your body fat percentages. You can track your waist measurement, your hips, your chest, your neck, your left bicep, your right bicep, your quads, your calves. Every major area you should be able to measure, you can measure inside there. So once you have those measurements, you'd hit save, and then you'll be brought back to your measurement screen. If you're not sure on how to take measurements or what tools to use to take measurements, on the top we have tips, tools, and recommendations. It goes through when you should do these measurements, how often you should do these measurements, what tools you can use to get exact measurements, either your body fat percentage, you can use scales, weights, all kinds of different ways you can track your body measurements. If you're not sure where to measure, you can hit the show measurements picture button, and it'll bring you to a page where it shows you all the different spots you should be measuring. Probably can get a better picture. It works for now, so you can see where your measurements are. I'll be working to make this look a little bit nicer here in the future. But it's a quick guide to get your measurements, right? And if you go back, what's cool about the measurement screen is it always remembers your first measurement, right? So you do your first measurement, you add it, it can't be deleted. You can edit it just in case you accidentally put the wrong measurement in, and edit it if you'd like. But why we want to remember your first measurement is because as you add more measurements in the list, sorry, I always got a burp every time I start talking in these videos. Once you start adding these measurements into your list, on the top right, we have the compare button just to the left of the plus button. If you select that, it will then begin comparing your measurements over time. On the left here, we have the first measurement you ever made. On the right, you'll have the current one, whatever the latest measurement was. And then it'll show you visually of what happened. Like in this instance, the weight went down by 5 pounds. The body fat percentages went down by 3%. Your waist, I mean, and this one is just kind of a demo, but say if your waist went down, it would be green light. If your hips went down, that'd be a green light. If your chest went down, that would be a green light, because you want it to go up, right? You can do right bicep, left bicep, but essentially it tracks everything, and tells you exactly what's going on with your body as you're doing it. You can quickly see what the measurements are like over weeks or over months at a time. Sweet feature, unique to PumpPal. Check it out. I've always wanted in the app. Nothing else does it like this. Check it out. But also what coincides with measurements within PumpPal is we have progress photos, right? Very similar to measurements. The scale doesn't really say everything about what's happening with your body. So you want to not only measure that, you also want to take progress photos, right? The same thing kind of applies here. When you come in here, either you can upload a photo you already have from your phone. If you click the plus button on the top right, it'll bring you to a thing where you can select photos from your phone, and then you can add it. If you want to take the photo right away, you can click the camera button on the top right, and that'll bring up your camera right away. You can snap a picture. But essentially, once you add it, it'll remember your first front-facing photo, your side-facing photo, and your back-facing photo. And it'll always remember the first one you take, right? So if you want to take a look at it when you add a photo, So you add the photo, you can come on in here, you can take the date, you can change the date taken on. Generally, it's going to be whenever you actually took the photo with the camera. Or you can change it if it's a photo you uploaded from your phone. You want to select your pose. You can hit front, side, or back. If it's a good photo, you can save it as one of your favorites. You can make this private. What that does is like it only saves the photos, information, and stuff like that to your phone. If you don't want it on a server somewhere, but just be aware if you do that, it won't sync across devices. So if it's private, doesn't make it to the server. If it's unprivate, makes it to the server, saved there. It's secure. You don't have to worry about anyone seeing it. If you go down to the bottom, you can hit notes. You can select notes you want. But yeah, and then you would hit save and you'd add that new progress photo to the list. And eventually you're going to start to get a collection of these photos. Where always remember the first ones you took, and then you can also compare your first to your latest by type, right? So if you hit the compare button right to the left of the camera button, you'll be brought to a new screen where you can see your progress photos side by side. In this instance, it's your side. In the top, you can have the three options to see your front, side, and back. This one is the side. If you wanted to see the front, you just select front, and then you get the front-facing one. And if you want to see the back, you can then select your back, and you'll have a back-facing one. Super cool feature. Coincides with your measurements. Maybe your measurements haven't changed, or maybe your measurements change, and you take your progress photos. You want to see what it looks like compared to your oldest one. A great feature to keep you motivated beyond that scale, right? The scale doesn't say everything. Things change, and your measurements show, and your progress photos will show those changes. Another cool feature to PumpPal is if you struggle to stay motivated here, we have reasons. Let me go back in here. Which allows you to track reasons why you're doing what you do. Either, going to the gym, getting in better shape, trying to get healthier. These are your reasons. You can always come back to your reasons when you're losing motivation. Let's say I don't feel like working out today. Open the app, look at your reasons, get yourself re-motivated, go do the workout, right? Or even if it's like food, you're having trouble, you want to eat some ice cream, well, you're not supposed to be eating ice cream. Look at your reasons, remind yourself, get yourself back motivated. You can either add a reason manually. If you're not sure what kind of reason you want to have, you can hit presets, and that'll show you a presets list of different reasons. Maybe you want to build strength, you want to lose weight, improve your mental health, increase energy. Maybe your doctor recommended you lose weight or whatever he recommended. Be a role model for your family. If they're seeing you work out, you'll probably work out too. Perform better in sports. Maybe you're in some sporting events where it'll benefit you to be in better shape and gain more confidence. But it doesn't end there. You can add in any reason you want. And then you have your reasons list. You can come back to it when you lose motivation. We also have the standard, tracking your workouts. So that's definitely in the app too. And that would be here, the first screen you actually get launched to. And that's your plan screen. And you can plan your whole week out. It's by the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I know I personally go by the week with my workout plans. So that's how I built it with me and mine. I think a lot of people go by the week. So we have it by the week here. If you wanted to check out what your plans exercises are, you can go into your plans. You can add an exercise to the plan if you'd like, and you can see them here. What's unique to PumpPal also is when you add a plan, you can select a plan by type or exercise by type. So when you hit add exercise, you can either select weight training. When you do that and you go to add an exercise, it's only going to show you options for using weights in the gym. If you hit bodyweight training, it's only going to show you options that'll train you per bodyweight exercises like push-ups, Hindu push-ups, incline push-ups. All the different ways you can actually work out using just your body weight. Not everyone has access to a gym, so it's super helpful for them. Sometimes I even set up some of my like if I don't have time to make it to a full gym workout, I'll have a plan set up specifically for bodyweight training at home, and then do that exercise. Then you also have cardio, which will show you only cardio type of exercises: running, walking, outside walking, doing laps in the pool, that kind of thing. They'll show you those selection types. And then stretching mobility. Those are important too. You've got to be flexible. As you get older, you get stiffer. Got to keep stretching, right? And those will show you all the options for stretching and mobility types, right? And they can all be combined, the different types, into one plan for that day. Cool. That's another cool feature to PumpPal. If I could talk, that's another cool feature in PumpPal that no other app has. Let me take a look here. I think I covered the main components. Oh no, I forgot to do the plan builder. Let's say you're brand new, right? And maybe that's why you're looking to track your body measurements. You're trying to lose weight. You're brand new. A lot of people have decision fatigue on like what they're gonna do for their workouts. If you're not sure what to do, we have a plan builder here, free to use. Most apps charge for this. You can click that big red button. Let's build your plan, and then it will go give you a series of questions to figure out where you're at. Let me find the first one here. And the first question will be, what is your fitness level, right? Are you a beginner, intermediate, advanced? Beginner would be somebody like you never worked out, or maybe you're one of those on and off people. You go good for a month, 3 months later you try it again. You're a beginner there. Intermittent, someone's been doing consistently for a couple of years. And advanced would be beyond that, 10, 15 years, right? You've been lifting a long time. But you want to make a selection based off your fitness type and how often you're going to work out in the gym, right? 1 to 3, 3 days, you select that. That's good. Most people will do 3 days probably. Or if you want to do a 5-day or 6-day split, just select what you want and then click next. Select what you want and what you can stick to, right? And then select next. And then you'll be brought to another screen of what's your primary goal. Not everyone has the same goals in the gym. Some people are trying to lose weight. Some people are trying to gain weight. Some people are just doing it for general health. They don't really, they don't really want to gain weight or lose weight. They just want to get in there, get the heart pumping, work out their muscles just so they don't deteriorate, right? So decide what you want to do for your goal and then hit lose weight, gain muscle, or general health. Then you click next. Then you will be brought to another screen asking once again if you have access to a gym. Not everyone has access to a gym and wants to work out and get in shape. Tons of ways to get in shape just without a gym too. Don't think you're like stuck going to the gym in order to do it, right? But if you have access to a gym and you want to use the gym, go ahead and hit gym. If you want to just work out at home, hit home. It'll focus on more bodyweight exercises that you can use and give you plans based around that. If you want to do outdoor only, you can also select that where you can go running outside and it'll give you like, bodyweight training for that, right? And then once you decide on your decision on that one, click next. And it'll give you up to 3 options here of different types of plans. And these are going to be different depending on what you selected, right? This one, if I remember correctly when I took these pictures, it would be, I picked lose weight 3 times a week, intermediate, something. It's been a while since I took a picture, but just know depending on when you just select, you're going to get different workout types, right? Up to 3. And in this case, it looks like you got a full body gym workout 3 days a week. Or if I just want to use, maybe you just want to use machines, you can go to the gym and just use machines. It'll generate a plan for that. And then there's another plan for full body workout using only dumbbells 3 times a week. Then you simply select which one you like and hit use plan. And then it'll generate those plans onto your plan screens. And then you can just get started when the day comes, right? Cool feature, free to use in PumpPal. Not many apps offer that for free. I also want to bring up our awesome deal. No app is this cheap on the marketplace. I am one developer trying to build this app, so everything helps me support this app, keep it coming for new features, and I do have many features I want to add to the app. But yeah, it's $39.99. You get it for life. You get no ads. You're grandfathered in for every feature I add in the future, no matter what it is. You'll be marked as someone who can use it. Once again, that's a lifetime price. Normally, lifetime prices alone are up towards $150 for every other app there is in the marketplace. So this is a super good deal. You can also sync across devices. So essentially, if you use your phone and maybe use a tablet, when you sign in, it'll always sync up what your workouts were at the time. And Yeah, and it'll keep it in memory. Or maybe if you got your old phone, you got a new phone, all you have to do is sign in. All your workouts will be tracked, all your progress photos will be updated, and you know your body measurements. Everything will link up real nice. So definitely take advantage of that while it's still there. I'm thinking I'm gonna probably change this into a subscription in a bigger price model by the end of the year. As I do a new design, I want to kind of make it look a little nicer. That's in the works, and getting some new features up and running. But yeah, I just wanted to make you aware of that also. If you want to help support the app, definitely check that out. Otherwise, I think I covered some of the cooler features inside the app that I wanted to cover. I would love your feedback. If you go to the menu, there's a feedback option. Everyone can give feedback if they like. If you see something wrong, definitely tell me. Like if it's not working, I want to know why it's not working, or something that's not working. I definitely want to know that. If you have a cool idea for the app, let me know. I generally reply to these within 24 hours, and I will get back to you, and we can work together. Um, but yeah, even if you go check out the app, right? Go to the App Store right now. PumpPal Physical Activity Logs. Download it. Check it out for me if you could. Even if you don't like the app, you're not going to use the app, send me feedback why, right? I would like to know that. That helps me decide how I'm going to build later and what I got to add to it. Um, Other than that, I think I covered what I want to cover in the video. You all have a good Memorial Day weekend, and I am out. Bye.